Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings, and welcome to another episode, edition, whatever you want to call it, of Embrace the Day on Halal Dawah TV. My name is Khalifa Muhammad, and I am just got to say thank God for life and another day to get it right. Yes, we're very, very happy. We're happy because this is like a debut week of our platform, the Halal Dawah Network TV, the Halal Dawah TV, and this is Embrace the Day. Embrace the Day was one of the shows that really put our communities on the map. You know, it allowed us to just get together on many different things and topics of strengthening our communities, community development, things of that nature. And we pride ourselves at trying our hardest to instill the truth in everything that we do and whatever avenues that we may turn down and turn around. Today, inshallah, by God's grace and mercy, we're going to have another amazing show. We want to thank Sister Radia. She had myself and my beautiful wife on another show yesterday. So we want to thank all those that are following us. That we wasn't able to come on yesterday, but inshallah, by God's grace and mercy, we're gonna be filling those blanks when the next times they come up. Because yes, we're on our way to different cities to promote that which we do, which is halal wealth building. We'll be going to Atlanta, hot Atlanta, GA, on the end of the month, the 27th weekend. And we have some beautiful servant leaders there that we're going to assist and help them to the next level of community development. Community development. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you're excited, but I'm telling you, I'm very, very excited. I'm overly excited of today because, see, many of us right now, we've got to click together and we join together in forces via social media and getting out information that we either thought or we knew that was helping improve the economy of our lives. Many of us was in different organizations or different companies, and we came together and we formulated a friendship. In fact, we formulated a family. Okay. And this is a family of believers, a family of individuals that just knew that, you know what, we in the right place at the right time. Sometimes those things take its course. Things take its course. And, I always love the aspect of time. You know, time don't wait for nobody. So when you understand that time waits for nobody, that means you. That means me. That means everything that is alive. Time don't wait for you. It takes its time. It does what it does, and it goes back to the creator of that. So with that being said, we was in another endeavor, and wow, flourished, flourished, flourished. And I'm telling you right now, myself and the rest of the Halal Wealth Builders, my family, we have nothing bad to say about the other endeavors that we was in. Because we understood. It takes time. And sometimes time is, everything is for a definitive time. It's here for this time. So what we should do as believers, we should take advantage of that which Allah, the creator of the world, puts in front of us. Okay? Puts in front of us. So with that being said, we've met some many phenomenal individuals that has helped our communities and surrounding communities improve the economy of their life. What is facing us right now? What type of calamities is facing us right now? It's two things, but it's two major things: health and wealth. And sometimes it don't go in that order. Sometimes it goes wealth that will create bad health. Okay? So we got to be cognizant of all of that. And if we are walking around with our eyes wide open, then we see that a lot of things is happening right now in our economy. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, look at your mortgage notes. Look at your rent notes. Matter of fact, look at the prices of the food that we're buying that actually ain't food. Okay? So it's affecting us all kind of ways around the boat. So if we know, and then we hear something that's happening that we can rectify that, like proper eating and the proper nourishment financially, then we should take advantage of those situations. We should want to strengthen ourselves. See, we need to get out of that trend of preparing for the weekend. That has played out years ago. For many of us, man, we work hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we don't even work hard on Friday. We just be like this, waiting for master to give us that check. And then as soon as we give that check, half that check is already gone. Already gone. And then we spend the rest of that check on Friday night and Saturday night to have to do the same thing over Monday. Come on. That's a sign of what? Insanity. Now, are we saying that am I saying that, working for somebody else? No, because you know why? You have to keep your lights on. You have to keep the mortgage got to be paid. Your insurance. Look, you got to eat food. But one thing you do not have to do, especially if you're in a spirit, don't like where you're at right now. You don't have to work for nobody else. You don't have to build nobody else's dynasty. Come on. When we build in somebody else's dynasty, they out on the Riviera, on a boat, enjoying life, paying for everything that they have through the hard works of everybody else. Well, guess what? We have the opportunity to do that too. Right from home. Right from home. Why? And the change of the wealth is the wealth change is happening right before our eyes. I'll give you one more thing, and then we're going to bring on our guests, right? What's happening right before our eyes is just like before, years ago, They used to get paid in the, you come around and you got your little paycheck and you go and you cash it in, you go to the bank and they give you the chub and give you that. They do all of that right there. Until the companies started going direct pay. Now I was working in a factory. My uncles was working there too. And when he came around, he said, "Hey, everybody, here's take this slip. You got to go to the bank, and we're getting ready to do direct pay. So you got to get a bank card and da 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 da." They was like, "Nah, I'm on school. I ain't doing that. Yeah, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing." They said, "Okay, you have to do that, sir. Everybody got to do it." I did it. Okay, they didn't do it, and they got paid that next week. And they all through the week though. The second week they was tell everybody, "Hey, look, everybody, you had a chance. You're getting a chance to do this, do that." Then the next Friday came around and they got the pay stub instead of the paycheck. And they was like, "Whoa, what? What's happening? What's happening?" They said, "We told you, we're getting direct pay now. So that means you have to get a card." And that's what do we do? We'll go down to the bank and get yourself a direct payment bank card. Guess what? They immediately went down to the bank, immediately got that card, and now they started getting paid. Well, there's another transfer that's happening right now. And that transfer is really relevant because the dollar bill is not, come on, it's been dying. But now people are starting to realize, they're starting to feel pain now. Why? Because it's dying and they don't know what to do. Well, that's what I'm glad about this show right here, because I've been involved with a numerous amount of phenomenal individuals that know what to do. And trust me, yeah, this is going to be recorded, but you might want to get your pen and paper and write down some copious notes when this guest come on. But prior to him coming on, I want to say this. Peace and blessings to everybody that's looking. We got people that's on Facebook. We got people that's on our own network. And if you want to get that complete Dawa experience, go to Halal Wealth Builders DawaNetwork.com. We have our own server and we're serving the community. Please go there, figure it out, and look at it. So prior to us going, I want to show this clip right here. It's kind of going to set us up. You know what? After he see this, I don't know if he saw it, but after he see this clip, I know he's coming out like a Gatling gun. Y'all know about them Gatling guns? Like, I know he's getting ready to blaze it up. So without further delay, let's play this clip and then we'll bring our brother on.
Central banks globally, they've been massively accumulating gold. Gold is completely out of the system. It doesn't need anybody to say that it's money. And according to the Bank for International Settlements, gold held at home runs no political risk. It is the only financial asset that runs no counterparty risk. In other words, this is not your debt that I have to count on you to pay. Right? It runs no counterparty risk. It's a proven inflation hedge over time. And, gold is critical for you to have completely outside of the system, because look at this little teeny thing. And this is a 1 ounce gold coin. And it's an easy way to carry a lot of wealth in a small little package that truly is outside of the system that I hold and I own outright. It's critical. Gold is the primary currency metal, and it's the metal against which they revalue currencies when they do an overnight reset. Silver is the secondary monetary metal. While both of them are used in manufacturing, silver has a lot more manufacturing use. Gold does not get used up in production. In industry, it's all recoverable, so we can account for about 98% of it. All the gold that's ever been mined in thousands of years, silver gets used up. So you will see silver move toward its fundamental value along with gold. But it's not going to be Wall Street that's telling you what its true value is. It's going to be the central banks when they do those overnight revaluations. And I would like to say that even when we go into the digital currency, the digital dollar, people will think, oh, well, then that's going to fix the system. But no, because they're not going to change their behavior. What absolutely 100% has to happen is that all of the debt that we've accumulated, the trillions and trillions and trillions of debt that has been globally accumulated, needs to be burned off. And that's what the hyperinflation is really about, is burning off all of that debt. And then it becomes obvious to everybody that the dollars, euros, yen, whatever it is, that they have absolutely zero value. I know this is going to sound crazy, but a lot of things that are coming to pass now that I said in the past sounded crazy back then. Oh, you can't say that. My job is to tell you so that you can make educated choices. So what will happen is we'll go into hyperinflation mode, and then people will lose complete confidence in the currency, in the system, and they'll stop using it. And they'll go to a barter system. So you'll get real local for a while. That's where silver really comes into play. And you'll go real local. And then what will happen is they'll want you to use the currency again. So, like a pack of gum could cost, $12,000, which I know sounds outrageous, but it won't soon, right? So they'll lop off zeros and they'll do that overnight revaluation. And then you'll see gold, like in Venezuela, it went up overnight like 3,500%, something like that. And Venezuela has had now 3 overnight revaluations against gold. So they do that to gain the public confidence again, but they won't change behavior yet. Globally, on average, it takes them doing it 3 times before then they go into a system where we actually would have gold to a degree backing the new currency. That's when they'll get the confidence back. But the next currency won't be good until there's a component of gold to stabilize it, because what gold does is it requires the government to have fiscal responsibility. They have to live within their means, or at least on a relative basis. Right now, there's no restrictions. As we've seen, as we've witnessed, no restrictions on how much new money can be printed. But every time that happens, the value of what's already out there is lost, or it loses more, I should say. But we're all experiencing a huge amount of inflation right now, although it's going to get worse. There's not one doubt in my mind, I can't guarantee this, but I'm pretty darn sure that we are at the beginning of a hyperinflationary event. And the only difference between inflation and hyperinflation is the speed of that inflation. The problem is that there's virtually no purchasing power left in the US dollar. If you go on the Federal Reserve's website, the FRED, F-R-E-D, and in the search bar, you put in purchasing power of the consumer dollar, what you'll see is that there's officially 3 cents left out of the original dollar's worth of purchasing power, which means it's worse than that. And all of this inflation that we're experiencing, we are losing rapidly whatever little bit of purchasing power is left. And so the bottom line to all of that is that we are at the end phase, the end of this fiat, this government debt-based money. And that is one of the patterns, is very high inflation. A lot of people procrastinate because they think they're going to magically know the second before they lose all choice. And that's really what my big concern is that people will postpone and postpone, and they'll look at, the meme stocks going up or the stock market going up, and they'll think, oh, okay, I can make all of this money there, so I'm not going to buy gold. What is gold doing? Yeah, it's near its high. It's too expensive. Interesting that stocks at 1 million times earnings are not too expensive, but gold that has the broadest base of buyer it's not. Gold and silver are the only assets that are severely undervalued because a rising gold price is an indication of a failing currency. So if you've got gains in some stuff, great. Take those gains. Whatever you have, you've got to get prepared and you've got to do it now. Because what is the price of your freedom worth? And that's really what's at jeopardy, is your freedom. And it may sound crazy, but it is simply a repetition of history. The insiders, they're getting out, but the normal guy, he's staying in, she's getting in. Stop. Stop and just use the brain that you have and look at things, because we are fast running out of time. You know, you have to look at your personal circumstance and what you have the ability to do. Don't procrastinate. Get your gold and silver now. Get your food, secure your water, energy, barterability, wealth preservation. Come together in community. It's really the only chance that we have to have a more fair system on the other side of this. And shelter. Those are all the things that we need, no matter what's going on, to have a reasonable standard of living.
Woo! Get your stuff now. That's what she said. She said, get your stuff now. That means it's crucial. Well, listen, with that being said, I want to bring on brother that I respect to the highest. Why? Because this brother has been not only saving and precious metals for years, taught by, I believe, his parents, but he is also saving and manipulating in the cryptocurrency era and avenue as well, which is very, very important. Let's bring on our brother Ameer Little. Salam alaikum, Aki.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How
How
you
y'all
doing,
doing,
beloved?
family?
Man, I'm on top
Man,
of
I
the
got
world.
emotional a little bit.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I said I wasn't going to cry. I said I'm good. I said I wasn't going to get emotional, so I'm going to try to get through this whole process, bro. I'm sorry.
Brother,
That
let me
video,
tell you, it is emotional, family. It is emotional, family, and I
that,
understand it. This right here, not you know what? I'm not glad you're emotional, but I'm glad that I could see it, because now, man, let's stop, brother, because we both be two grown men crying on here, okay? But the what's emotional to
okay,
me? Listen, Aki, what's emotional right now with me is that a lot of our people will follow
they don't
personality
get it.
instead of following
They don't get it.
the principles. So,
Okay,
brother,
I'm ready.
all right. So what I'd like you to do,
I'm
Ak,
ready.
is introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us how you got started into the precious metals, please, Aki.
Okay. With that being said, let me get myself together. That video for me and the people who know me personally, my family, I've been talking about this forever. Before I was on Facebook, I was trying to get my family with the understanding that assets will automatically command currency. If you have the assets, currency will follow. But with that being said, let me just tell you my story. As a young brother who grew up in Newark, New Jersey, right? Like so many of us in these inner cities, we grew up in poverty. My mother was on welfare. My mother and father separated when we were young. He went to the war, so on and so forth. And from the process from her being on welfare to starting her own international business was about 10 years. And I watched under the close eye of what she did. She started off, in the system, working a job, and she got hired by the Newark Board of Education. She got a promotion. She went to from Newark Board of Education at Westside High School to actually working at the board. But throughout this whole process, building an international business, I wanted to tell you, this is prior to the internet. She was using what we call at that time faxing. She was communicating internationally with companies and businesses um, through faxes right before the internet was released. So I say all that to say I watched my mother build this international business. She was the first one in our family to travel internationally. I think she went to 3 countries, and the most important one to me was Africa. When she came back from Africa, she was selling art, papyrus paper that was embedded 24 karat pure gold was in the papyrus paper. And I didn't understand it at first when she said, well, don't touch that, that's gold. I'm like, Mom, I mean, I'm thinking gold like jewelry around your neck. She said, no, that's money. Gold
Yes,
is
sir.
money.
Yes, sir.
Gold is money.
Yes.
She said it's just in the artwork because this is the nature of our culture. They used gold and everything because they understood the durability, how it will last forever, so on and so forth. So when my mother turned ill, and I didn't understand the level of information that she was giving me in the beginning, but the hardest lesson to learn is to learn from someone who was transitioning right before your eyes. Right. And I
Mm.
prayed to my sister Hanifa and my wife and them, and I told them I was gonna I'm gonna get through this without crying. I just want y'all to understand
Get
this
it
is
out,
deeper than
brother.
this is
Emotional is
deeper than
okay.
the, listen to me. This is deeper than the commission. This is deeper than a business. I live this. I live this. Okay. So with that being said, I was one of the few people who can say I received generational wealth transfer. When my mother passed away, she left us upwards of about $350,000. Okay, because my dad died. I lost a lot of my family members, but my uncle passed, my uncle Charlie, then my father, and when I was 17, then my mother when I was 18. So I've lost the infrastructure of my family. But the one thing, and I'm telling y'all, I want y'all to hear me. Money does not replace the grief, but it makes the survival that much easier.
Mm.
Because my mother was so financially literate, I was grieving and I didn't have to work a whole year.
Mm.
I didn't have to work a whole year if I didn't want to. But with that being said, I followed my mother's pattern. I followed her tutelage. She taught me the value of the dollar. She taught me the first thing she wanted me to do was to buy a house. I want y'all to understand something. My mother never got to live or sleep or wake up in a house that she owned,
Mm.
but she made sure we did. She made sure we did. So now, with that understanding, I still didn't get it generational wealth transfer, but I benefited from it. I was 18 years old, taking care of my younger brother and my younger sister. The first thing I did was give my grandmother money to pay off her house. That was the first thing I did. I didn't go to the mall. I didn't go buy no new car. I didn't do none of that because I understood what it was to come from poverty and now be all of a sudden injected with a large amount of money that my mother had been preparing me for the last 3 to 5 years of her life.
Mm.
All right, so I'm going to try to fast forward this, y'all. Listen to me. It wasn't until um, I want to say the last maybe $30,000 or $40,000 of that money that I decided, you know what? I need to do exactly what my mother did. I bought the house, of course. I started a business when I think I was maybe 19, 21 years old. And alhamdulillah, that business is still taking care of my kids right now.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so I want to get that out the way. But this gold and silver thing, I lived and watched, and most of us have, but we didn't understand the correlation of inflation, right? When I grew up, my grandparents used to tell us the story about how they go get a bag of candy for a penny.
Come on.
Pay attention. I grew up, I can go buy one piece of candy for a penny.
Mm.
My I talked to a 35-year-old in one of my brother's barbershop brother Hassan and Latif, they watching right now from barbershop on South on Avenue, Sound Lake. I was talking to a brother who was 35 years old. He never experienced buying candy for a penny.
Never.
They bought it at 5 cents each piece of candy.
Mm.
So with that being said, I want y'all to understand the candy didn't get more expensive. It's still made out of the same sugar it was in 2000 in 200 BC. It's made out of sugar, right? But the point is, the currency that we use to purchase the candy has lost its purchasing power. So now it's an ongoing thing. So when we were introduced to that wealth, it changed me on a fundamental level, and my whole ideology changed. So let's fast forward to I got remarried, and my first set of kids. I got remarried, alhamdulillah. But it wasn't until I was uncomfortable is the reason why I started building wealth. Watch this. Show you how law works. I got comfortable. Me and my wife was renting a house or renting an apartment in Maplewood, New Jersey. And the landlord told us that we couldn't cook out in the backyard and we couldn't sit on the front porch. I was like, what? I told my wife, this was 2004. I told my wife, this is it. My mother raised me better than this. We shouldn't be renting a new apartment. That 90 days later, we got our first house. And then from that point on, from 2004 to 2008, we had built a nice little stash of real estate. We had 5 properties, 2 in Newark, 2 in Irvington, 1 in Maplewood, and we were on our 6th property in 2008. Watch this. Nobody told me, none of my friends, none of my family members, none of my business associates, nobody that I knew, not my lawyer, nobody told me, Ameer, don't buy that 6th house. You might want to start buying some gold or silver because the market is about to crash. All right. So in 2008, I lost, my wife, my family, we lost 85% of our wealth because, as y'all already know, they didn't come save us in 2008 like they did in 2020.
Nope.
All right. 550 banks. 550 banks went out of business. Over I think it was $19 trillion evaporated, gone off the stock market. Right. And because then I didn't understand it. Right. No, I'm trying to figure out all these people. Listen, the brothers who had sold my mother the life insurance policy was from a company called A.L. Williams. I'm quite sure some of you guys are from the life insurance industry remember A.L. Williams, right? So she was smart enough. She had a policy for her business. She had a policy at her job, and we got whatever was left over from her business. So alhamdulillah, we was good for that time. Don't get me wrong. But it was because I was not, it hurt. The emotion of me tapping back into what my mother taught us was too much of a traumatic experience at the time. But once that lady told me that my kids couldn't go on the front porch and sit down and play, and we couldn't cook out in the backyard, that was it for me. So on paper, my wife and I were millionaires on paper because you know what that equity in those buildings look like after you get 5 or 6 of them, right?
Right.
And we had not tapped into that equity yet. We had not, went in there and got that loan against the properties to realize what a millionaire feels like. But we were millionaires at that time. We was officially on paper a millionaire. But the crash came, and hold on, something. Okay, the crash came, wiped us out. The majority of the wealth we had. So here's the thing. That was a learning process. And I can't tell you how hard that I cried to Allah because I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand the transition that we were going through because I had done, in my mind, as a believer, I thought I was being punished. I thought Allah was wreaking, havoc in my life because I had done something wrong as a father, as a businessman. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. So I prayed to Allah. And I want y'all to understand why I'm so passionate about this and why I post so much. I asked the Lord to allow me to learn everything I needed to know about the banking industry, about our financial, international, global monetary system, about our constitution when it comes to money. I studied everything for 14 years. I studied from 2010 to today. I never stopped studying. And when I found that there was a lesson that we were never taught, they taught us how to work and get a job, get a degree, and go, and work for the Wall Street, but they never taught us about money. What is
Right.
money? What's real money? Where does it come from? How is it created? Right? What's the difference between money and currency? Right? These things we were never taught. We were never taught these things.
That's right.
But the more I learned, the more I can see that all throughout history was a lie. Through the eyes of a financially literate person, when you go back and look through history about everything from Abraham Lincoln to Andrew Jackson to how this government was formatted with these different branches of government, everything had, it was like Allah had revealed, took a veil off my eyes. And that's when I began teaching. And the first people I went to was my family. And those was the first rejections I got.
Yes, unbelievable.
Bro,
unfortunately,
unfortunately, I went to my brother. I'm not going to expose my family because my family is no different from most of our family.
That's right.
They don't believe.
That's right.
Because there's a disease, right, called normalcy bias. It's called normalcy bias. You are biased to anything that's not normal to you.
And it's complacency, brother. We get into that complacency, and we don't want to get out of that rut. And we are so used to, unfortunately, we're so used to that. Well, my great grandfather did it, and my grandfather did it, and my daddy did it, and so okay, but that don't make it right.
No.
And they didn't know, so we can't blame them. They did the best that they can. But now we got an opportunity to do better.
Right. So let me expound on what you just said, because I want the people to understand. Our parents was doing the best that they had with the best that they doing the best with what they were given. But the difference between then and now is they had real money. Our grandparents was in a system, right, where they had this. I want you to understand this, right? They had this. If y'all can see this, this is a $10 silver certificate, right?
Yes.
This was exchangeable. This was exchangeable for this, right?
Good teaching. Good teaching.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
We don't understand how the system was installed. This is what they call a $10 silver certificate.
Right.
This is not by the Federal Reserve, right? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I want you to see that side. This is the silver certificate.
Right.
Right? So it's a silver certificate.
Yes.
This is a gold certificate. Now, most people ain't never seen one of these before. This is a $10 gold certificate. It says, I'm gonna read it to y'all so y'all understand, right? Understand. Let me give you the true definition of lawful money. Lawful money of the United States. Lawful money of the United States is any form of currency issued by the U.S. Treasury Department, not the Federal Reserve. It includes gold coins, silver coins, treasury bonds, treasury notes. That's what lawful money of the United States is. You can go right to the Federal Reserve website, put in the search bar lawful money, and it'll come up the same way I just said it. But here's the difference. When you had this certificate, let me see if I can get a good view on it. Bam, right there.
We see it.
You see that?
Yes.
All right. So this is what it reads. It says this certifies that there is on deposit of the Treasury of the United States $10 in gold coin payable to the bearer on demand. That's why this is how they tricked us, because they made the gold certificate and silver certificate look like that $10 bill that you carrying in your pocket right now. And it's not the same. That's worthless. It's not the same thing.
So listen,
it's not the same thing.
We got like 20 minutes. This is a great segue right now to go into what Allah Ta'ala has blessed us to be introduced to. We got
Yes,
20
sir.
minutes. And so what I got a 2-minute clip that's going to bring you on, and then you can expound of what you think that this is going to do to actually change things around and help our
Right.
brothers and sisters. Hold it. Here we go.
Let it.
The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years or even months.
What you see right now.
In the grand scheme of wealth preservation, purchasing and storing precious metals can be a daunting endeavor. The hurdles are many, from high markups and hidden fees to the logistical nightmare of secure storage. Even figuring out the authenticity of your purchase can be a nail-biting experience. Imagine a world where these complications are no longer your concern. Welcome to the future with at-cost metals, where the complexities of traditional methods are replaced with simplicity, security, and savings. This is the world of our membership-based service. For an annual fee of $149 or $399, you gain access to a treasure trove of benefits that make precious metals purchasing a breeze. Picture this: buying precious metals at cost, with no markups, no hidden fees, just the pure value of the metal itself. But the advantages don't stop there. Our service doesn't just give you precious metals at cost, it also provides a digital and physical vault with the highest level of security. No more worrying about burglars or natural disasters. Your precious metals are safe in our DAP vault, accessible anytime, anywhere. Now, you might be asking, what about shipping? We've got you covered. Enjoy free or at-cost shipping, depending on your membership tier. This means more savings for you, more value for your investment. In the world of precious metals investment, our service is a game changer. It's not just a better way to buy and store precious metals, it's the best way. Don't let the complexities of traditional methods deter you from the lucrative world of precious metals. Sign up for a membership today. Secure your wealth, ensure your future. Welcome to the new age of precious metal investment. Welcome to a world of security, simplicity, and savings.
Wow.
Whoa.
So look,
Whoa.
all I want to do right now is just back out, brother, because you've lived this from 18 years old, from your mother teaching you about the importance of precious metals.
Yes.
What this right here and your union with this company, what does this mean to you, brother, and what should it mean to everybody else?
Okay, so let me do this real quick. You see this shirt? It says
Yes,
Dean
sir.
over the Dunya, right?
Yes.
Dean over Dunya. Okay, so let's return to our Dean. You know what I'm saying? So let me give y'all this, whether you Muslim, Christian, or whatever. All right, this is called 24 karat pure gold, and we got this from a previous company that we were in. I want y'all to understand the importance of what I'm about to tell you. This is halal money. The Arabic word for this is dinar. The dinar was the #1 currency in the world when the prophets was on the planet. And if you Google it right now, it's the #1 currency on the planet right now, 1600 years later, right? Now watch this. Silver, the next one. This is in the English language is silver, Spanish is plata, in Arabia is dinar, is the dirham, right? This is the deen.
Yes.
This is how halal money. So with that being said, we are now, when we were in this company, watch this, brother Carlito. When we were in that company, we were getting gold by the ounce for $1,300 an ounce.
That's right.
The company is no longer with us, right? But guess what? We still have all of the gold that we saved at $1,300 an ounce. We warned everybody. They thought that we was trying to get them into a network marketing company for a commission.
Teach, brother.
Watch
Teach,
this.
brother.
They thought that we were trying to get them in a network marketing company to get a commission when we were actually trying to educate them to the future of the financial system back then, right? Watch this. Everything that we taught in those classes, and I have people on this line, on this live right now will testify this. 7 years ago, the videos and tapes and posts that I put up said that this was eventually happening. It's just that we were too early, Carlito.
Yes,
we were
sir.
too early, right? So here's the thing. I would rather be 5 years, 3 years, 5 years, 2 years, a year too early than 1 day too late.
1 second too late.
1 second too late. So this is your opportunity. Get with someone who is in your network who shared this video with you and find out how you can get you a membership to save the money that the creator made for us. If you are Christian, Baptist, or any other religion, or regardless of what, gold is in your Bible 439 times. Silver is in there over 300 times. That part of our deen, our beliefs, has been left out because we've been subliminally influenced by this government, right? Subliminally influenced by this government to think that paper was money again, instead of going back to our religious, right? Our religious history and our cultural history. This ain't nothing new.
This ain't new. This ain't
This
new.
ain't new. It's not new. It's just that we've been economically oppressed and intellectually misguided. Right? So this is what we're doing. All of my children, with the exception of 2, and I haven't got a chance to really get that, because it's a process. It's a process to understand, to undo what they did, right? To unlearn and relearn. It is a process. It really is. It's a process. So with that being said, is some brothers and sisters that are new to this concept, that we don't have a lot of time. This system is going to reset. You heard the sister, her name is Lynette Zhang. That's who the white lady is that you just saw telling this, right? And I've been following these people for over 7 years, teaching the economics and history of what we went through from 5,000 years ago to now. And even people that's in our crypto space don't understand a lot of them, believe what I'm telling you, don't understand the importance of saving gold and silver. They don't understand it. So I'm going to give you this right. Go ahead.
Listen. So speak on the company that we actually is partnered with right now, and the value of that.
Of what they offer us.
Yes.
Okay, so we're with a company called At Cost Metal. They are seasoned individuals that have approached the precious metal industry from a very unique position, right? A very different, what they call a dynamic. So what we're doing, we're able to save gold, silver, platinum, or whatever metals, precious metals, at cost, right? And all we do is have to purchase a membership. Now this shouldn't be different or difficult to understand, because we've been already conditioned to purchase membership. You have an Amazon membership that you pay for. You have a Netflix membership that you pay for. You have a Costco's, what you call a BJ's membership that you pay for, or any other membership that you have a monthly, or what? Don't forget about satellite radio or cable TV. We've been already conditioned to pay for memberships. But guess what you get for your membership and all of those other things? You get liabilities that do not appreciate. Well, at Cost Metals, we are able to save an asset that is considered a global currency that we get at cost. And here's the thing. A few of my brothers from the barbershop and a few other brothers I helped sign up and register. Before they can finish the registration, they started one day and finished the next day. We got an ad, some bit of news that silver went up 18% from January 1st to April 16th. Silver went up 18%. Now check your bank account. Check your bank account and see what your bank is paying you for your dollar-denominated savings for the year, not for a month, for the year. I guarantee you it's 0.01% to 0.046%.
I don't know if you might need to say that again so they can understand what you just said.
Let me say it again. I had some brothers that I helped register this week, right? And earlier this year, a month ago, whose savings in silver was calculated on April 16th as being 18%. From January 1st to April 16th, silver has went up 18%. Now look at your savings in your bank account or in your 401k and tell me, has it gone up 18% from January 1st to April 16th? And I can guarantee you it hasn't. So this is what we have an opportunity to do. And not even that we're not going to talk about gold. right? Every single country, every single developed country on earth is stockpiling gold at an astronomical rate. When we started studying this back in 2017, 2018, by 2010, all of the developed nations in the world had stocked more gold than they have in over 100 years. I have the article.
Mm.
And I said, what? They say more gold in the last 3 years they have in 100 years? Something is going
Something's going on, Ak. Something going on. Hey,
Right?
Ak,
And
it also, Ak, you know, because I'm getting bullet points right now. You got me hyping. I know you know some things. Express on how many states actually now is starting to accept gold.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Now, I'm gonna listen. There was the brothers, some same brothers I was helping, just had invested $8,000 with a company, and after me talking to the his financial advisor, she was hot with me, but he changed his mind. He's not going with them no more. He going with us. Watch this. Wait. Now watch this. 98% of this government that we live in the United States, 98% over the last 5 years have removed the sales tax and capital gains tax on gold and silver. I'm going to say it again. 98% of the states in this country have removed the sales tax and reduced or removed the capital gains tax on gold and silver. So here's the question you have to ask yourself. If this is the biggest change in our financial system in 53 years, why are they doing it now?
Right.
Because the system, here's the answer. The financial system is about to reset.
And
so
why
the government,
aren't they telling us either? Why aren't they
because
teaching
they
us?
don't want it. Watch this. Listen to me. Because now, man, we got to let this thing go over an hour. Listen to me. The reason why they're not telling us what's happening is because the wealth class in this country is already repositioning themselves to benefit from the new financial system while they leave us to suffer and lose in the old financial system.
So
Listen to this. This ain't no conspiracy.
So what they doing,
Go ahead.
So they already know what's happening. They know and they see it. So what they're doing is listen, everybody, what they're doing is positioning themselves so they can still be on top and create a new poor status level.
Yes. They need us to the middle class gonna be wiped out, right?
All the way.
And listen to me. Listen to me, please. What happens when the old system, let me give you a bit of history and I'm gonna keep on. Listen, if y'all don't understand that every single financial crash was changed, every single major financial change to any economy and their currency was changed after war. How did the United States, I'm gonna give y'all some history on this. How did the United States gain the world reserve currency from Great Britain? It was after what war? World War II, right?
World War II.
This is history. Watch this. Don't you know that the world reserve currency status, meaning that the US dollar is the world reserve currency, everybody in the world use the dollar for oil. Don't you see the BRICS nations repositioning themselves to not accept US dollars? I have a video from a brother from Egypt whose family is in Egypt, right? A live video, right? And he's telling me that his family witnessed the citizens in Egypt get arrested for using dollars.
Woo!
Not that they got arrested for using US dollars. Arrested. I got the video. I'll show it. But listen, getting back to what we talk about, Muslim. This financial reset is happening at breakneck speeds. And here's the thing. They say if you want to hide something from this person, put it in the book, right? Or put it into print, right? Watch this.
Right.
On the SWIFT website, on the IMF website, on the World Bank website, on the WEF, World Economic Forum website, they set the reset date for November 2025. And I said, what? When I read it, I was like, these devils telling us when they're going to reset the system.
Telling us.
Telling us when they're going to reset the system. But here's the thing. We are challenged, Muslim, to teach the believers first, because in all our deen and all of the prostration, all of the Quran reading, we have lost our way to see the benefits of what the Creator has given us in the dinar, which is gold, and the dirham, which is silver. And here's the last one we forget: fulus. Fulus does not translate to money; it translates to copper, because the precious metal is the money.
And they said, and listen, I'm glad you brought that, because At Cost Metals is going to be having copper available for us at cost. Now, I know a lot of people's talking about copper. That don't even look good. It's not pretty. It's not shiny. I can't wear it around my neck and floss it. Oh my
Dean
God.
Overdunya, Dean Overdunya, Dean Overdunya. Listen, that dollar is the dunya. It's based on riba, usury, interest,
Each,
right?
brother, each.
Right? Dean Overdunya, the metals is halal because it has principles that only Allah can embed in these principles. It has healing principles, antiviral principles. I can't even tell you, bro. When I found out, listen, it's been many a days I've been researching, and my wife was watching. I break out crying, and my wife like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'll be telling you, the mercy of Allah is so overwhelming sometimes, bro. You can't do nothing but cry. When I realize, you say that in the Quran it say that there's an organ in your body, right? There's a morsel of organ in your body that is when that's sound, the whole body is sound, right? And when it's corrupt, the whole body is corrupt, right?
Right.
Watch this. Did you know that the heart is sealed in 24 karat gold?
Sealed.
Because it's sealed around. There's a film of 24 karat gold around your heart to help perpetuate the electrical pulses called your heartbeat. Listen, at Cost Metals, the membership is $159, $149, or $399. $149 or $399. Watch this. Let me give you the math, because brother Antoine McVeigh says something that's very powerful. The only reason that you don't join this company is because you don't understand the numbers. You don't understand the numbers. You know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, but you have not been taught to calculate wealth. And let me help you out. Watch this. The highest membership is $399. And this is for all of you people who are buying gold and silver from other companies, it will never equate to At Cost Metal membership. And here's why. You are buying from a company as an investment. You cannot write that off on your taxes. I'm going to say it again. You are buying gold and silver as an investment from a company who is supplying precious metal. On the other side of At Cost Metals, we are affiliates who are starting a business to promote the savings of a company's product that allows us to write off a portion of the product that we use as advertisement.
Teach, brother.
Okay, so that means that, listen, the $399, you get 3 of these numismatic coins, 3 of them. We get 3 of these perfectly graded MS70 numismatic coins, 3 of them. You get an 18-month membership, not 12-month membership like at Costco's, not 12-month membership like at Netflix or Amazon or your cable company, 18 months. The $399 that you exchange your paper for the silver is 100% tax deductible, which means that the 100% tax deductibles, that means that the $399 you get back on your taxes next year, and you keep the money, the metal that is continually going up in value. I can't put it no plainer than that. I can't put it no plainer than that.
Hey, you know what? I tell you what, we ain't gonna go over the hour, but we're gonna have to have a part 2. We're definitely gonna have to have a part 2, maybe a part 3. But I can tell you this, everybody. I need everybody that is following this and everybody that is listening. We've already gave our brother Ameer the invitation to have his own show, to bring his own show on the Halal Dawah TV, which
Inshallah.
I got goosebumps, brother Ameer. I got goosebumps, man, because this when I get emotional, because just like you said, and just like the lady said just now, it's like we're in this condition because we don't know.
We don't
We're
know.
in this condition because we don't know, and then we're conditioned to block anybody that's trying to go contrary of what we've been taught from our grandmothers and our grandfathers and our great-great-grandfathers, whatever the case may be. But right now, what we have to do is we have to go out of you said you was talking to your partner's financial advisor. You know what?
Yeah.
Financial advisor, they have to stay within that box. That's why they can't go out, they can't think outside of the box, right? The only ones that think outside of the box is the ones that are going to be striving for generational wealth. They have to think out of the box. Those that think out of the box and those that are going for generational wealth, listen, brother Ameer, they not scheduling and planning for Friday and Saturday night of next week.
We planning for 3 years, three generations from now.
Years and 100 years down the line to generations that they will ever, never meet. And that's what we're doing right here by Allah's permission. That's why I'm so glad that I have met this brother years ago. And when I spoke to him, he said, "Wait a minute." He said, "What?" He said, "Send me the information," because he's passionate about that for his family, for himself, and for the community. Brother Ameer,
yes, sir.
Can you give us some last words real quick, brother, before we break out of here?
So inshallah ta'ala, listen, family, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care where you live at on this globe. What's happening right now is going to affect everything in our lives. So let me just put this out. All we need to survive is food, clothing, shelter, and energy. It's 4 things, right? Food, clothing, shelter, and energy. Everything else is a luxury. Everything after that is a luxury. So in order for us to maintain maintain the quality of our lifestyle that we have today or improve it, you have to improve the information that you are putting in your mind in order to improve the conditions that you put in your life. If you know for sure that dollar in the last 2 years has eviscerated the dollar stores across the country, there's no more dollar stores. Right? The dollar has lost 25% of its value at the cheapest store in our community, where the poorest in our community shop. I want y'all to hear what I'm telling you. And if that has lost 25% of its purchasing power from 2000 to 2020 to 2022, imagine what's going to happen with our food, clothing, and everything else. Get with the person that shared this information with you. If you're one of my friends or one of my family members, please get back with me and I'll help you understand it. I'll break it down to you. I will spend hours teaching you, but I will not spend 1 second trying to convince you.
Woo! We will teach you for hours, but we're not in the convincing mode, because you know why? He said that big muscle that's surrounded by gold. Feel that right there. That's going to tell you the truth, and that's the way you should work it. Man, thank you so much, Brother Ameer, for everything that you've shared with us. We got to continue we got space for you for your own show. We got people in the comment room. It's like, yes, having his own show is educational tool. It would be a blessing. Everybody saying thank you, the whole 9 yards, my brother. I thank you for your time, and I definitely thank you for your education that you have. If there's anything that we shared here on the Embrace the Day that Allah Ta'ala is not pleased, may he forgive us. My name is Khalito Muhammad. That's our brother Ameer. Please, thank you so much. Everybody have an amazing day on purpose. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Love y'all.
Love you too, family.
do
path towards medals, I'm gonna get with them three. I'm gonna get with them two and say, look, us three, we need to do a tour together.
Y'all sure do.
Us three, just us three.
I'm serious. For
Just
real,
us
for
three. Just
real.
do a tour together. It's just us three.
That's the God's help. That's the God help truth.
Oh
But
snap!
but you know the other part of it,